I definitely wish someone had told me what could happen when I first got my credit card.
The card came with a big limit, but with no counseling on how to use it.
I definitely lived a life I couldn't afford.
23% interest on $4,000 is like $100 a month just in interest.
I guess I didn't realize that my parents weren't there anymore to pick up the bill.
Things I learned the hard way, paying for consumer credit.
Growing up in the United States, we constantly see people using credit cards. What we don't see is them paying for them. In this video, we will show you some people who paid for more than they purchased with credit cards. John Ninfo II, U.S. Chief Bankruptcy Judge and founder of the CARE program, has seen thousands of people in his court who have let their credit card debt get out of control. For many of these people, excessive credit card use began right out of high school.
The average graduating college senior has between $2,700 and $10,000 in credit card debt. Most of it is spent on clothes, food, and entertainment. Students seldom have anything to show for it, and most often they can't even remember what they purchased.
The reality of consumer credit.
It's important to realize that credit cards are everywhere, and there are many ways that you may be solicited.
I receive letters in the mail all the time telling me I've been pre-approved for credit cards. Credit companies often have tables on college campuses trying to get you to sign up. They'll even give you a free t-shirt or mug if you sign up on the spot. Even when you're out shopping, they try to get you. Many stores offer a discount on the purchase if you open up a credit card account that day.
One day when I was at a department store, the salesperson told me that if I opened a credit account, I could get 10% off my purchases, and the card could be used anywhere, not just at that store. It sounded great. I mean, I just wanted the discount. I cannot believe it when I was accepted for $4,000. I was only 18 years old and in college. I didn't even make that much in a year. I had 0% interest for 12 months, and then it shot up to 23%.
The true cost of consumer credit at 20% interest is something you really need to understand. When you charge something that you cannot afford, you may end up paying double, even triple for it because of the finance charges. If you go into a gas station and you pay with a credit card and you have a balance on your card, or you don't pay off the balance at the end of the month, you may end up paying over 3 times the original price for that gallon of gas. Understand there's nothing wrong with having and using a credit card for convenience and for emergencies, as long as you understand that it's a big responsibility and there are consequences if you don't meet that responsibility.
My parents helped me to get a credit card after high school to have in case of emergencies, and it's helped me get out of some pretty tight situations when I didn't have cash.
When can a credit card really help?
My credit card helped me out once when I went to the dentist's office to get a checkup on my wisdom teeth. I thought they were going to bill me, but they insisted that I pay up front. Luckily, I had my credit card on me because I didn't have any cash.
How to stay out of debt.
I only have one credit card, and I pay off the balance each month. But before I can pay off the balance, I need to be able to afford what I'm buying. I don't put anything on my credit card that I don't have the money to pay for.
Consequences of consumer debt. Just the facts.
Now let's hear from some people who didn't pay off their balance every month.
When I was in college, I started to get into a lot of debt. I just thought that I needed everything I saw I wanted to get. Like, I really need that new shirt, or I need to go see this movie, and I didn't realize that my parents weren't there anymore to pick up the bill.
Fact. Knowing the difference between things you need and things you want could keep you out of credit card debt.
Last year I tried to buy a used car, but I got turned down for the loan. And then I went to the dealership and they wanted like $3,000 up front as a down payment, and I didn't have that kind of money, and it was because of my bad credit that I couldn't buy a used car.
Fact. Auto dealerships and banks check your credit before approving you for a car loan.
I definitely wish someone would have told me what could happen when I first got my credit card. I mean, how am I supposed to get to work to pay off my credit debt when I can't even get a car to get to work?
Fact: depression and stress from credit card debt can cause poor performance at school or work.
I had earned a 3.7 GPA while attending college. I was so busy I didn't have time to go to the store. I used my credit card all the time, mostly to purchase things off the internet. I definitely lived a life I couldn't afford.
Shopping on the internet can save time, but it also opens the door for making impulse purchases that you may not be able to afford.
I studied really hard, and I got into several good law schools. I just couldn't believe it when I was turned down for a student loan because of my credit card debt. I never thought that a credit card could keep me out of law school.
Fact: banks don't loan money to people who show a lack of financial responsibility.
It's not uncommon today for employers to run a credit check on prospective employees. If there are 2 or more applicants who are equally qualified, but one has a poor credit history, it's more likely that the person with a poor credit history is not going to get the job.
Hi, my name is Michelle, and I just filed for bankruptcy. What happened was during my freshman year of college, I was solicited by creditors. I received a free t-shirt and a credit card with a large credit limit, but there was no counseling on how to use it.
Fact: many people eventually file for bankruptcy as a result of their credit card debt.
I'm happy now. I budget my money to see how much I have coming in and how much I can afford to spend. I still have one credit card, but I pay my balance off at the end of every month.
The people in this section have all learned about paying for consumer credit the hard way. How can you learn from their mistakes?
Things to remember.
I have a few $100s that I save in the bank for emergencies. So if my car breaks down or if I get sick, I can charge it and the money will be there when the bill comes.
Remember, have money saved in case of an emergency.
It's important for you to understand that having a credit card doesn't mean that you can now afford something that you couldn't afford before. Credit cards are not more money in your pocket. They're just another way for you to spend the money that you already have.
Let's go over the ways that you can prevent credit card debt. 1. Have only one credit card. 2. Use cash, a check, or a debit card as often as possible. 3. If you can eat it or drink it, pay cash for it. 4. Don't use your credit card to pay for anything that costs less than $10. And 5. Budget your money and pay off the balance on your credit card every month.
In conclusion, you will be solicited by credit card companies in the mail, at school, and when out shopping. Resist the urge to open many credit accounts. It may be the difference between a debt-free or a debt-full life.
Please, do these things today so that you don't end up in a bankruptcy court someday down the road.
This program is in support of the Credit Abuse Resistance Education Program. For more information, visit the CARE program website at www.careprogram.us.